everyone, it's Katrina and welcome back to another Planet Zoo speed build. Today we are doing episode 5 of Everglades National Zoo. We're already on episode 5. This zoo has been so much fun so far. I've really enjoyed it. And doing videos is really helping me stick to zoos because I've never actually finished a zoo before because I either got bored of the style I was using or I don't know, I gave up on the zoo, and this is really helping me stick to it, especially on a schedule. So this has been a lot of fun and I can't wait to keep working on the zoo and making it bigger. And today we are building a habitat for some okapis, which are one of my favorite animals actually. I think they're really underrated and unique. And I knew a lot previously about okapis, but I did learn some more things this episode and I thought they were really interesting and some of them are kind of funny, so I'm going to share some of that with you later on in the video. And this is just a continuation again of our swamp area, Willow Grove. We still got a lot more of the swamp area to go, and I have really been enjoying building a swamp. I think it's something different, and I really like how eerie the vibe is at night especially, and I think it's really neat and it's been a ton of fun. And the lighting has been really fun too because it's again kind of a bit darker, though I did add some vending machines on one of the viewing platforms I built, and at night they are annoyingly bright. It's like they're so bright and it does not really mesh well with everything else, but you can't change the light color or anything, so you kind of just have to deal with it. And it's okay, but it is a little annoying, but there's nothing really we can do about it. And I built a little shelter for the okapis, especially for if they get stressed or anything because they are really shy animals. They can just go in here and hide, and there is a place for the keepers to come and view them if they just need to check on them or anything. And I added a concrete floor so it's a little more realistic. And then later on with the lighting, I add a bunch of red lighting in this shelter. You should always try to add red lighting in your animal shelters because the red lights don't bother the animals. Because if you were sleeping, you wouldn't want bright lights shining on you, so you should try to keep that in mind with the animals because they wouldn't want lights on them either, and the red lights don't bother them. So I always try to add red lights in their shelters, and I did with the pygmy hippos last episode too. I just think I forgot to mention it. And then I add a bunch of the same foliage I've been adding throughout this area. I've kind of gotten used to it so far, and so that's why this episode was really quick. It's a really simple build. It didn't take me long at all and only took me like a couple hours because I was just bringing a lot of the same foliage in. And then a lot of rocks again. I use rocks all the time, like I said before. They're just super simple to use and convenient, and they just work well, so I always use rocks. And I was originally gonna make the Okapi habitat really lush because they do come from the rainforest of Africa, so they do like all that foliage. But once I started adding more foliage in the middle, it was kind of a bit hard to see them from the viewing areas. So I did leave it a bit more open in the middle and then put foliage around the habitat, which I don't know. I would have liked to add more foliage, but I don't know. For now, it's just a little bit more open in the middle, and then, like I said, foliage around the edge, which I think is fine because they do have places to hide if they need to. And then I do add some more of the fake rocks that we got in the aquatic pack. I take some of the small pebble more like ones and then change the color and put that around the back too as like another border, and it gives it a bit more depth, so that's pretty nice. I like how that turned out. And we have two viewing areas for the guests to view the okapis. There's one that is the same one as the pygmy hippo viewing area, the little circle one. I was going to add a gazebo there, but I decided to do something a little more simple, and I just added a couple of the Australian shades, and it's really simple and it works well, and you can get a really good view of the okapis from there. And then we have another section to view the okapis on the wooden walkway above the water, and that's also a really good view of them. That's where the vending machines are, and then I add a couple umbrellas for shade, although the trees could probably work for shade as well, but I like to add red umbrellas a lot because green and red are complementary colors, so the red looks really good with the green, so the green foliage, so that's why I add red umbrellas a lot. And next episode, we're just going to keep working on this Willow Grove area because it's a lot of fun to work on, and I'm not for sure what animal I want to add yet. I was thinking either, I don't know, tapir or giant anteater, maybe gharial. Haven't decided yet, so stay tuned for that. And I have decided I am going to start a franchise zoo. It's going to be based in Africa. I'm not sure when I'm going to start it yet, but so stay tuned for that if you would like to see that. I might fail. I have no idea. I've never done franchise before, so I still will need to figure out what to do. So if you want to see me fail, I maybe stay tuned for that. But I am excited to start that because I think it'll be neat to finally attempt a franchise after playing this game for a while now. And now I'm going to talk about some Okapi facts now, and some of these I knew previously, but there's some things I learned that really made me laugh. So, like I said earlier, okapis are from the rainforest of Africa, and they're really shy, and they like the lush foliage and rainforest area. And since they live in the rainforest, they have really thick and oily fur, which keeps them dry from all the rain. And another name for the okapi is the forest giraffe. Their only relative is the giraffe. A lot of people think they're related to zebras because they have the white stripes, but those brown and white stripes actually help them blend in with their surroundings, because this is something I thought was cool. The white stripes mimic sunlight coming through trees in the rainforest, so I thought that was pretty cool. And again, they're in the giraffe family, which only consists of the giraffe and the okapi. And another thing I thought was funny is another one of their nicknames is the African unicorn, because before they were discovered, people didn't know what the okapi was and they thought it was a unicorn, and until it was discovered, people called it a unicorn, so it's got the nickname African unicorn now, which I thought was kind of funny. And another thing, a fact I actually found on the Zoopedia, is that their eyeballs can retract into their head, so when they're going through some thick undergrowth or anything, they don't get poked in the eye. So I thought that was kind of funny. And then they are endangered due to being hunted by humans and deforestation, unfortunately. But yeah, okapis are definitely one of my favorite animals. Again, I just think they're so underrated and unique, and hopefully you thought some of those facts were interesting like I did. And that's all I really have to say for today's video. Again, it was a shorter one because it didn't take long to do, but hopefully you liked it. And if you have any comments or suggestions, feel free to comment them down below. And if you would like to receive any updates from me, follow me on Instagram. There'll be a link in the description. And if you enjoyed the video, consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time.